Growing up in a non-car guy family, I always thought that Audis were just simply nicer Volkswagens. But it wasn't until I was older and saw the B5 S4 and realized, oh, these could be really cool tuner cars. The guys over at Throtl took a beautiful 2018 Audi S4, put it on airlift, gave it great rotiform wheels, a beautiful exhaust system, and just created the ultimate cruiser. Not to mention, with only a few parts, you can make these cars absolute monsters. But my big question about the Audi S4 is, by going from the supercharged V6 engine to the turbo engine of today, did the S4 lose its personality? So that's what we're gonna find out today. What's it like driving one of the cleanest S4s around? Let's go for a drive and find out. All right, time to go. Got my airlift suspension, double tap. Still gets me every time, even after all these years. Also, by the way, you can actually win this car and $20,000. All you have to do is go to the link in my description, which that actually gets you a discount code for Throtl.com. And Throtl.com, they're great people. I love working with them. And every dollar that you spend on Throtl.com is an entry to win this car. And by the way, this link for Throtl.com and my coupon code is going to be in my description for every future video. Head to Throtl.com, use my coupon code, and it really means a lot to me. So thank you guys so much, and let's get to driving. Hello, and welcome to a 2018 Audi S4. Audis have always kind of stolen my heart when it comes to a really cool, comfortable, kind of sporty feeling car that's usually plenty fast enough and has a mean, aggressive stance. But this is an Audi S4, and I have a ton of history in the S4. I actually have more history with the supercharged V6 in the old S4 and the SQ5 than I do in the turbo S4. The turbocharged V6 in this has 354 horsepower from the factory, and it also produces 369 foot-pounds of torque, and that starts at 1370 RPM. And the good thing is that is an improvement over the supercharged V6. That'd be pretty sad if it wasn't. It's actually got a ton of styling cues with the Steck Dynomat Satin PPF, an RS front grille and fog light covers, carbon front fog grille overlays, carbon fiber mirror caps, carbon fiber front lip, carbon fiber side skirt extensions, carbon fiber rear diffuser, and a carbon fiber rear wing. And it also can be dumped with airlift 3P management suspension. The wheels on this car are rotiforms. I absolutely adore rotiforms. These are 20x9 forged rotiform LTN wheels. Audi interiors are some of my favorite interiors in the industry. With the diamond stitched leather, they have vibrant colors like this one does. The nice red doesn't feel tacky, and it's a looker, man. It looks fantastic. But the airlift suspension is actually very, very smooth. It doesn't feel out of whack or anything like you're on something too floaty or too stiff. Not to mention, you got a roof rack. You got your roof rack, you got your storage. Isn't it funny how like roof racks and storage on the roof has become, I don't know, almost an aesthetic? It's almost a look or a bragging right to be like, yeah, our thing is so practical, we can even put a roof rack on it, including some exotics. I think Koenigsegg has a package with our roof rack. You know, it's a $2 million plus car, but it just adds almost a sense of humor to it or a sense of fun to it. This also has AWE catback exhaust, and the good thing is the modes work with it, so it can open and close the valves accordingly. And the B5 S4 was the first time I ever encountered an Audi S4. It made me take a step back and go, oh wow, Audis can be like tuner cars. I wasn't aware of that scene at the time, but once I saw what a B5 S4 could do, it was, you know, game over for me. But those weren't as reliable, so it was kind of like a labor of love to make those fast. Nowadays though, a modern Audi, you can do very simple things and make them absolutely bananas. But even the supercharged S4 basically sounded like a German Terminator Cobra. Tons of personality, sounded great, But when the turbo V6 came along, I wasn't sure if it was gonna have that same personality. And you kind of trade that whine for a little bit more performance. Woo! I actually drove the Audi S3 all the way across Vancouver and Alberta, and I absolutely loved it. I had a great time in it. But its bigger brother, the S4, it has more space, a little bit more legroom in the back. But don't sleep on the S4. That's what I'm trying to say. The S4 still has fantastic presence. It has a really mean face, and when you're all aired out and bagged to the ground, it just looks fantastic. Oh, but by the way, what's really cool too is that this AWE exhaust is 50 state legal. I'm driving this in California and has no problem. But the suspension as well has been touched on this car. It's got front and rear end links, front and rear sway bars. So all the stops have been covered in this car. It's ready to go. It's cool to drive really fast tuner cars with a gutted interior. Sometimes it's really nice driving and reviewing cars that you can just get in and go, and it's gonna do the thing. And that's the appeal of German cars. The appeal of German cars is a comfortable, well-suited, almost no rattle interior pretty much ever, and they go more than fast enough for the general population. Another thing too is when you pop the hood of the S4, you're like, oh man, there's like a big cover on it. But if you just take that big cover off of it, the turbo sits right there. It is right in your face. It's not like the old days where everything's tucked really far back and you can't see anything. Also, Audi from the factory has the coolest looking heat shielding out of all the companies. I know that's a really dumb thing to say, but it's like this super intricate gold in the back of the motor. Oh, there's an Audi e-tron. I make more sound than you, but here I am, I'm cruising on the highway, on a pretty rough highway, if I'm gonna be honest. And it's as quiet as can be. So it doesn't have any drone, doesn't have anything super annoying. You get everything you want out of a modern era tuner Audi. The hardest thing about filming Audis is getting the sense of speed. This thing is quick, and it might not seem like it, but it's quick. It's because of how smooth it comes on. The powerband is extremely smooth. The turbo spools very, very fast. Can someone please explain to me, every time I come to Southern California, it's raining? Every time. Every single time. Woo! There it is. You don't get that supercharger whine, but you do get turbo drama, that's for sure. And a little bit of pops and burbles, but nothing too obnoxious. So, Audi S4 from Throtl. Extremely well-built car. Honestly, they didn't cut any corners on this thing. It drives incredibly smooth. It's just a delight. Guys, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video today. And make sure to hit the like button because it really helps me out in YouTube's algorithmic world. And once again, go to the link in the description for my Throtl discount code. That's going to be in my description for every video coming out right now. So anytime you need car parts, head over to Throtl.com and use my coupon code, and you can get up to 15% off car parts. And on that note, I upload on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays, and I will see you guys next time. Take it easy. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye.